Hello and welcome to Homeschool MBA, where we talk about different management business administration topics. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. So the agenda today is decision dialogue process, also known as decision support system. I've created a one-page slide which talks about the decision dialogue process / decision support system. Professor, how are you doing? Let's talk about decision support system.
I'm fine, thank you very much. Well, decision dialogue process or decision support system is a very important function that the managers do. It's the way they take a decision will lead us to the expected outcome. For that matter, in order to create a quality in decision making, there are different techniques available. There is a technique called MBO, which we have discussed earlier in some other talk. But here in this slide, you have very nicely put together the two major factors, that is insight and clarity of decision making and alignment and commitment towards the decision. Now, it is spread over like a decision board, which would take us to recognize situation, means that to understand the situation for which you are taking a decision, and approve framework of approve frame. That means that you carry out your the model of the decision that you want, and then consider various alternatives before you take any decision. But once the decision is taken, then you have to approve whatever you have decided in the decision. In the frame, what we include is that you study the situation, the pros and cons of that situation, and based upon that, develop alternatives and select one, select the best alternate that you think, and that can be voted between the participants of the decision making team, that which one is the best alternative. You can always have alternate one, alternate two, alternate three, and take the best one. And then you also need to evaluate the alternatives. Evaluate means that look at their implementation process and implications, and various other strings attached with it, and then you can go down to plan the implementation. Now this is just the overview, and in some other talk we will actually discuss the each element of decision dialogue in more detail. This is how you should view the process that leads us to a better quality decision. And that's about all as far
Yeah,
as this slide is
Professor.
concerned.
So, a question from my side is, let's talk about the decision board and then also the project team. How do they communicate with each other while this process is being used?
Okay. Now, the decision board basically is the, in different companies, different terminologies are used, like board of directors or executive control committee or decision control committee, whatever you may call it. The board means that those people who are invested with the authority to take the decision, and because it is their authority to take the decision. The team means that the workers, the staff, the subordinates, those who provide them scientific data, and those who bring different alternatives based upon the market study or based upon the situation. Therefore, they basically provide input to the decision board, and decision board, based upon that input, that is the scientific information that they provide them, they take a decision, and decision taken by decision board becomes a kind of mandatory action for the organization. That's what the decision board and the decision project team mean. Yes,
Another question I have is like, from a
yes.
team point of view or management point of view, how frequently do these, the board and the project team talk to each other? How do they communicate with each? Maybe we can shed some light on that.
Yeah, you see, as far as the decision is, sometimes you take long-term decisions, which includes, various projects or long-term strategies or long-term operations. So you can always have review meetings like weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, depending on the sensitivity of the project or the operations that you are controlling. So it depends basically that how frequently you need information or how frequently you need to review or evaluate your actions. Therefore, it depends on the managers to fix the frequency, whether they want to have this kind of meeting on weekly, bi-weekly or monthly basis, or even for that matter on daily basis. Yes.
Okay, and I think from my side, what I see is, as a project team, once a problem is identified, as this process, this support system talks about, basically there's a regular communication between the team and the board. You get feedback, you fix the feedback and keep going back and forth till you've aligned on a final plan. That's how I see it.
That's right in a way,
Yep.
because decision board would like to keep a close eye on implementation of the decision. Only then it would be beneficial to the company.
Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe to all our social media. Thank you, Professor. Till we meet again.
My pleasure.